Director Chen, the super drill has been deployed. We also cleared away the surrounding debris. Our crew is ready to go once we're done with fine-tuning the vehicle.
Great. We'll wait for the M'en to... looks like they've arrived.
Director Chin, we received Andre's call. This...
Administrator, Supervisor Perlica, thank you so much for saving my life out there.
So good to see you safe. And it seems your crew is all right.
This is Shauna, the UWST liaison for a number of joint projects we have with her company. Her Valley Fort crew is building a super drill for us.
After you defeated the Landbreakers, the UWST crew who escaped Valley Fort made it back to their posts. Those who were captured by the Landbreakers have been rescued as well. Your assistance is the reason why we are all safe. Helping our friends from Endfield is the least we could do.
Everything is set. As long as nothing happens to the power plant, the rest of this job should be easy. The UWST power plant has been instrumental for the rapid development of Valley 4. It will definitely help our speedy recovery. Director Chin herself supervised the facility's reinforcement project several years ago.
Given the number of breaker goons and rocky crawlies out there, you seem pretty confident about the power plant's safety.
Of course I am. The power plant is the most defensible and...
What on Talos is going on? Is the sky changing color?
An ether side rupture has breached Valley 4. How did this happen?
The noise of the explosion came from over there. Wait, isn't that place?
It came from the power plant!
Hello? Hello? Do you copy? Hello? Anyone can copy? Hello? Enmin? Supervisor Perlica? Can you hear me? Hello?
Gilberta, are you all right? What happened over there?
A huge band of Landbreakers breached the power plant. They came prepared. Their chief led them straight to the power nexus. I couldn't stop their chief. She threw something into the power nexus during our battle. Oh, I should have stopped that thing with my gravity field. That thing reacted with a UWST ether cell and went off. You probably heard the explosion. The crew has evacuated the site, and I flew to the other side during the chaos.
Neferith. She's been after the power plant all this time. That's why she did everything she could to slow us down. Gilberta, is your location safe? We'll need time to reach the power plant.
It's good for now. I don't know what this Neferith is planning, but she hasn't succeeded yet. She got really mad and said something about an incomplete reaction, the rupture not opening properly, and she would need a few more days. We're quite safe for now. The UWST crew knows the power plant better than the Landbreakers, but our electronic devices and facilities are going down. Radio might be... Hello? Hello? Can you still hear me?
Gilberta, do you copy? Curses. Radio is out.
Administrator! Supervisor Perlica! That explosion! It did come from the power plant!
Yes. Gilberta just contacted us. The Landbreaker chief went there. She's the one responsible for the power plant disaster.
The ether cell! The battery went off! Yvonne is right to be paranoid. She knew this was gonna happen.
Tell me everything you know about this.
When the UWST started using the ether cell at the power plant, we got paranoid about a potential ether side event. But the battery was the reason they expanded so quickly in Valley 4. We also powered the AIC with the ether cell during our early trials. But for over 20 years, Yvonne and I were the only ones who were worried the battery might go off. Yvonne believed the ether cell wasn't as stable as we'd like to think. and would eventually spin out of control. But none of us thought a lunatic would set it off on purpose.
Director Chin, do we have a contingency plan to handle a situation like this?
Andre mentioned it before, but almost all of us thought he was just being paranoid. The ether cell has been stable for so many years, and UWST is supposed to be familiar with its use.
Those Woosters are good engineers, but they're not landbreaker experts. No one saw this coming.
Those landbreakers must have done something to the ether cell. We registered spikes in ether readings after the explosion, but they're all below the event threshold so far. We still have a chance to fix this.
I hope those readings are accurate. The sky is changing before our eyes. We're facing a potential ether side rupture event.
If we allow the rupture event to take place, the entirety of Valley 4 will be wiped off the map. But thank goodness. Thank goodness Yvonne and I spent years working on this possibility. Remember the TATA prototype? We designed it to handle ether side events. If we connect the prototype to the source of ether energy, we could counter and contain the runaway ether reaction and seal any active rupture.
The sky itself has changed for the worse. Gilberta fought back and bought us some time. It falls to us to stop this disaster.
How are we supposed to bring the prototype safely to the power plant?
I was the one responsible for developing the prototype's mobility modules. I've already validated the design, but the recent disaster delayed the installation process.
The hub base should have treated the TATA project with greater respect. I'm contacting every engineer experienced in mechanical actuators. They'll give you all the help you need.
Director Chin, final tuning for the super drill is complete. We can start detonating the explosives.
Administrator, Supervisor Perlica, the super drill is yours to command. See you at the demolition site once we complete Andre's project.
We've got more important things to do, Administrator. Let's go. How are you doing? Is the crew affected by the strange phenomenon in the sky?
Everyone's fine. We followed the rules and evacuated for a bit. Thankfully, nothing too serious happened around here. The drill is also working fine. We ran a check and the thing is ready for some demolishing work. We also reviewed the possibilities of secondary landslides. Even made a few successful changes to our demolition charges. So, Endman, what was that explosion? The power plant? But that thing is responsible for supplying electricity to the entirety of Valley 4 and the nearby regions.
That's why we must get through this rubble to deal with the power plant accident. To do that, we must count on your drill crawler.
Don't worry, prep work is already done. We can start at any time. Demolishing work can get pretty loud. Endman and Supervisor Perlica, cover your ears.
Endman?
How is it? Is everything working out fine?
Wonderful. Demolition work seems pretty successful.
Director Chin, Mr. Andre, you're here.
We managed to make the prototype work on time. All thanks to the AIC and our hub-based engineers. Check this out. This is our all-new TATA prototype. Look, I think it still recognizes you.
Oh, it looks so happy. I guess nobody told it about what happened.
TATA just got a brand new mobility module. The little guy is really excited about moving around. And it's now going with you. Please deliver it safely to the power plant. It'll stop the runaway reaction once it connects to the ether cell. You must succeed. The survival of Valley 4 depends on you.
All right. We'll keep the prototype safe. It is our chance to avert this crisis. Let's not dally, team. Time to go.
Try to let the prototype travel on level ground. This road should take you to the power plant.
Can we stop calling it the prototype already? It's a... So, what's its full name again? Tranquil... Automatic... Robocart? I remember it being TATA or something.
Who goes there? Not another step.
We're Endfielders. Are you a member of the UWST security?
Enfielders? My name's Fabian Collins. I'm responsible for keeping watch over this area. Turns out you Enfielders cleared the road to this place. Plenty of nearby areas got really dangerous ever since that weird light appeared in the skies.
Dangerous? What do you mean by that?
Means we got blight zones. I don't have actual experience dealing with the blight, but our training manual tells us to keep a safe distance. I'm a member of the good old UWST Armed Patrol, so I gotta keep things under control in these parts.
Don't you worry about that. We came with the prototype, and we're here to handle these danger zones.
Prototype? Are you talking about that huge thing behind you?
Yes. Enfield now has a solution to deal with the blight. We're going to the power plant, the very source of this disaster. Captain Shauna and her UWST crew have regrouped at the hub base. You can also seek shelter there.
If the road is clear, things will only get easier. I'll run a head count of our crew and bring them over to your base. There's something else. Since you're going further in, can you keep an eye out for my sis? She went along the main road to look for our injured crew, but I haven't heard from her after the blight rupture, and she hasn't been back since. I'm worried, but I can't leave my post.
It's along the way. We'll find your sis for sure. Well, Tata, do you have what it takes to fix the serious blooper on our hands?
It seems that Tata... It seems your lack of faith has made the prototype a little upset.
Stop being so serious, Perlica. We can't keep calling it the prototype. And I personally think Tata is a way livelier name.
Indeed. Maybe I was being too serious. All right then. I'll call you Tata as well.
Wonder how long it would take to clean up this mess and rebuild everything.
Someone's here! Save us!
Quick, get over here!
Stop of thunder!
Yeah! This path is blocked. We might have to find another way around. I mean, do we have another way around to start with?
The blight. Can't believe it has taken hold so quickly.
The blight is a hazard triggered by the ether. What you're looking at right now was created by the power plant incident. When ether reacts with the material universe, it generates a huge variety of hazardous substances. You've seen plenty of that already. Ether disintegrates everything it touches and leaves a scarred landscape in its wake. The aftermath is called the Blight, due to its horrifying appearance. The Blight also emits ether energy, and is harmful to all living beings. Unlike the soil, rock, or sand, Blight doesn't actually exist. Instead, it behaves like residual images of ether energy. And since it's not a physical material, we cannot remove it using physical means.
Aw, that's so disappointing. Thought the super drill might have worked.
Blight masses of such scale tend to be held in place by a core, which is a manifestation of ether collapse. Destroying the core should get rid of this barrier.
Cores can be easily destroyed with direct physical interference. Revealing the core, however, requires a high-powered scanner. Even the scanners aboard Dijon would need several hours to locate a core.
Hours? This is going to slow us down. We gotta think of something else. Andre told us that Tata can neutralize ether disasters. I wonder if it can take out this barrier. Well, can you do that for us, Tata? Ooh, a button. I wonder what it's for.
What did you just press, Chen? Tata doesn't look too...
Whoa, it worked! Perlica, take a look at that!
That is the Blight core. Tata is indeed a machine designed to handle the Blight. But why didn't Andre tell us about this function?
Wait, Tata isn't looking too good. It feels so hot. It seems to be in pain.
The temperature isn't right. The machine is overheated. Seems like its scan function should be used only when necessary. Administrator, destroy the exposed Blight core and make a way for us.
Hey. I see people up ahead.
What? How did you get rid of the Blight?
'Cause we've got Tata on our side.
What the bloody hell is a Tata? Sorry, I'm Eliza Collins. Really appreciate the rescue. I was going down the main road to find our injured crew when that buggered explosion took place. The road ahead is no more, and my way back got clogged by a pile of blight. The crew and I were stuck smack in the middle for a while. We were thinking about climbing down the cliff when you arrived and made it unnecessary.
I'm glad you're all right. And you're not the only Collins we met. Are you Fabian's sister? We're the Endfield crisis team, and Fabian asked us to look for you.
Yeah, that's me, all right. And Fabian sounds like he's doing all right out there. Great. So, Enfielders, where are you heading next?
We were planning to follow the road, but it's gone. And we'll have to look for the long way around.
Let's take a look near the cliff. Look, Administrator. The destruction caused by the Blight is truly a terrifying sight. Director Chin, do you copy?
Copy that. Comms are clear, Perlica. Everything okay on your side?
The road has been swept away by a Blight flood. We need a new path to the power plant. Do we have an update on the situation at the science park?
Hold on. I'm accessing the SIP-rep. The road is out. Our quickest way to the power plant is no longer available. Our new path starts at this point. The path will take us through the transport nexus and the Originium Science Park before finally arriving at the research center. We have confirmed witness reports of landbreakers in this area. Be prepared to engage hostiles within the park. Make your way across the entire park. A mountain trail behind the research center will lead you to a transport platform of the Origin load spring. Enfield scientists have been stationed here as well. Yvonne is a senior researcher currently attached to the UWST Research Center. UWST is conducting tests for improving originium energy conversion efficiency. Yvonne is an energy control systems expert, and since her own EtherSci project is power intensive, a long-term partnership was soon established. But this is all the geographical data I can provide right now. Given the Blight event, I'm afraid the actual place may have changed quite a bit.
The data is very detailed and helpful. Thank you, Director Chin. By the way, is Mr. Andre at the control tower?
Yeah, I'm right here. What do you need, Supervisor Perlica?
We found that Tata, by that I mean your prototype, can scan and locate Blight cores. It helped us get through the Blight zone. But the prototype overheated when we used it, so we wonder if there's a proper way to utilize this feature.
Huh? The prototype's Blight scanner is still being tested. And I don't really know how it overheated. I wonder if Yvonne is still at the research center. She's the one with the technical details. However, I do recommend using the special function less frequently.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out for any possible changes.
I heard that you're looking for a way through the Originium Science Park. I can lend this to you. It will help. I'm afraid I can't lead you there. I have to take our injured crew to Fabian. My access card should be able to get you through the park.
Thank you very much for helping us, Eliza.
You're welcome.
Are incredibly tough.
The research center is the most conspicuous building. It's over there. Hey.
We'll probably have to fight our way through mobs of landbreakers. Neferith definitely has some surprises for us.
It won't budge. Its power is out. According to the design plans, this gate is powered by 3 electric generators nearby. We should look around.
Since when did you get your hands on UWST blueprints?
This gate features a standard UWST architecture for frontier facilities. In fact, Endfield also constructed a few of these for them. Some of our own facilities share the same architectural designs as well. We need amethyst parts to make the electrical repairs, Endman. Let's make some.
Calibrate the voltage, then pull the lever. These landbreakers... They've sabotaged our energy facility. This doesn't feel right. These landbreakers seem to have a plan. All right. Let's repair this thing. Why can't they just let us open the friggin' gate?
Aha! Splendid! The gate is now open!
The Blight is out of the way, and the gate is wide open. Our job just got a lot easier. Thanks, people.
Do you know why the Landbreakers gathered before the gate?
While the Angoloi were keeping us busy, the LBs suddenly attacked and went straight for the gate. These wackos are organized.
Our industrial mech was temporarily disabled after the Blight event, and we had to retreat. The gate probably closed during the rout.
I guess most of the LBs made their way into the park.
So, things will only get more dangerous once we're inside.
The tunnel is already clear. Once you start evacuating, you can lead your crew down the road.
For sure. Fabian and I would love to take our crew out of this place. Thanks for helping, Enfielders. Be safe in there.
All UWST crew, follow the emergency evacuation plan. All IDs must be conspicuously displayed for easier identification. And if you are an LB, you're in serious trouble. These emotes look really familiar to me. Hey, wasn't Tata showing the exact same emotes?
Its creator does leave a rather obvious signature in these tiny details.
This entire place got really messed up. I don't think the map is gonna help anymore.
Let's just walk around.
Warning! Warning! This site is under enemy attack! Conclusion. Boom! Boom! Kaboom! Another LB2 flatlined by my Tweety Bomb? Ugh, yeesh. You're just gonna lie there? Can't you at least get your buddies to pick you up? This is gonna stink. The one making these recordings must be having a good time.
It's still hot from the overload. Let's try not to use the scanner and look for another way through. Smart drones and pre-recorded announcements. This place has a fully automated security system. But it feels as though it's made over the weekend in an office, with a bunch of random parts.
I don't think they have any cameras outside. If they did, they would have seen us and tried to establish contact. Tata seems rather excited after entering the science park. Huh. These emotes look familiar. Tata, are you familiar with this place?
Since Ivan is our resident scientist at this facility, there's a good chance that Tata was born here.
Together, people!
You are in the way. Stop.
Malware carriers have been expurgated.
Field training session?
Are you in need of assistance? The Blight Flood clogged most of our paths. Look, that's the building we're trying to reach. But there's no way of us getting through that door.
Then it's time to get Tata scanning. I think it's cool enough already. Huh. Don't like doing scans? Why?
It seems to be resisting the command. The previous scan overheated Tata, and it might not survive if we use it over and over again. We need to improve its scanning performance and reduce the number of scans we need. Maybe we can try finding a better scanning position and locate multiple Blight cores at once?
The park is so blighted, the radio comms aren't working properly anymore. I can't even call Andre.
This park has a protocol radio signal tower jointly built by UWST and Endfield. We can use it to amplify our signals. What is it, Administrator? Okay, so what are your plans?
Wow. I'm not a techie, but you look like someone with serious magical repair skills. Or did you sense some extra powers in the Originium circuitry?
According to our records, our Administrator can synchronize with Originium circuitries. and skim information from them. If you're getting these senses, your recovery is indeed making significant progress, Endman. The signal tower can be seen from here, but all surface roads are blocked. We'll try our luck by going through the underground path. I'll mark the entrance for you. We can head down here.
You have entered the Basic Mineral Testing Area. PPE
The area up ahead was used for originium cultivation.
Warning. Error code 22. Insufficient power.
Look! It's a trap! Just like the movies!
UWST defense.
Whoa!
Ugh! Why are you here?
You're not Landbreakers, right?
None of us look like Landbreakers, okay?
We're the Endfield crisis team. How did you end up here?
I came back here to retrieve active originium samples. If we lose them, all of us would have worked for nothing. But the park is filled with Landbreakers and the Blight. Is it safe outside right now?
Not entirely. But you shouldn't meet any enemies if you take the shortest way out.
This would be Yvonne's work. When the LBs entered the park, I saw her drones swarming all over the place. Some were carrying bombs, while others were helping to install defensive facilities. She took plenty of obsolete laser cutters from the lab to bolster the local security loadout. And thank goodness Yvonne got these drones and machines to work. Saved tons of lives, she did. Plenty of crazy LBs even tried ramming her laser traps just to kill us.
Fabian and Eliza Collins are outside the park and picking up refugees. You should go meet up with them. We'll find the samples and deliver them to a UWST monitor.
Great! Thank you so much.
Yvonne's auto-defense system is also putting up plenty of her signature decor all over the park. I think she's enjoying this.
She saved a lot of lives, and the UWST crew doesn't seem to mind. Any other time, and we might have a diplomatic issue with the syndicates.
I definitely saw these lasers in a movie. Wow! These lasers can move! The elevator is over there!
Let's try connecting Tata to this signal tower. The signal tower is undamaged. We can activate it straight away.
Incredible! You did it! You're the best!
What's going on? The heat burned through the external casing. Since the signal tower has been activated, we should call on...
Hello? Hello? Comms are finally working. Did someone activate the signal tower?
This is Enfield's internal channel. Are you Yvonne?
Oh, what? Supervisor Perlica? Okay. Signals were incredibly choppy a while ago. I wasn't expecting that you'd be paying us a visit.
Well, here I am. There's an urgent matter, and we wanted to call Andre. It's about the prototype, and I just got the feeling that you're the best person to ask.
The trans-ether tranquilizer automator prototype. I'm its maker mummy, you know? Shipped it to Andre to get some mobility module installed. You got a technical issue for me? And how's my sweet baby bot doing?
We connected the prototype to the protocol signal tower to amplify and expand its scanning range. And that would be its function of deciphering ether wave signatures, but...
You what? What did you do with my baby?
We just connected it to the signal tower to scan the blight and reveal some blight cores.
Have you realized what you have done?
Let's try not to shout over the mic, okay? So, did we do something wrong?
My prototype? My baby bot! How does it look right now?
There's visible structural damage and significant overheating. We're planning to take it to the power plant to seal the rupture rift. Can we still do that?
You went overboard with the power output of the deciphering scanner. Amplification by the signal tower only made things worse. Such power levels might burn or even melt the entire chip.
But Tata still has its emote. It looks all right. At least it's not melting.
I think we still have time. Make your way to the second floor of the research center. Quickly! I'll be waiting for you. The prototype needs immediate repairs. Stat, only 2 individuals within 100 miles know how its ether tech works. And don't touch Tata's settings anymore. The prototype should be able to move, but only barely. Don't activate any of its functions on your way here. It definitely lacks the juice for handling the power plant incident, unless I repair it first. I'm in my lab. There are plenty of LBs in the research center, and many corridors are clogged by the blight. I'll send a few drones your way and lead you through.
From what I've heard, this behavior is quite typical of Ivan. She is quite laid back and doesn't care much about her own safety. Ivan probably doesn't treat this as a real emergency, so she simply stayed put in her lab to wait for rescue teams.
Just remembered something. I never touched the settings. Nuh-uh. The power dial was already like that. Ivan, I really wanted to ask this question from the start. Did you make these drone bombers?
Of course I did. I guess you've probably seen my Tweety bombs.
We're inside the research center. There are a lot of mutated landbreakers inside. Is your lab safe?
Don't worry. Those blighted goons can't reach my place because I got my gadgets. I just want to get my prototype fixed. You're taking it to the power plant, right? Then you better hurry up.
We're making our way to the second floor. We should keep following your guide drone, right?
Veritas shall be...
Together, people! Yes! Huh? Yes! Everyone okay? What's the sitch?
I got jump scared by a stupid goon. I'm all right.
Have a taste of this! Speed of light!
Veritas deconstructing.
This finding is
I heard something.
Recursive routine!
Enderman, watch out!
Have a taste of this!
Burn in my flame!
Birds of lightning!
Stick together, people!
Deconstruction! Shield shall splinter! Let me handle this!
Anyone hurt? Let me know.
We reached the second floor. Which way should we go?
The lab is to our right, but the blight clogged the way.
So take the path of no blight, duh. I've sent you guide drones to your place. Just follow their lights. This room has access to the maintenance corridor. Go down the corridor and you'll reach my place.
Looks like we'll have to jump onto these platforms to get to the corridor.
Just go down the corridor and you'll find my lab. There's a control panel at the doorway. Perlica's supervisor authority level should grant you access.
Shield shall splinter! All out of music! Have a taste of this!
That's the control panel. It's just like the one we saw at the gate of the park.
Let's take care of the enemies first.
You are in so many major lab breakers.
The blight disaster only took place a short while ago. Shouldn't have mutated them. Mutation is a slow process. The implanted might have been directly exposed to an ether flux.
Strange. I thought this should work. Nope, not working. Oh, that's it. Got it! Oh, wait. It still isn't working. Well, hello? Maybe it's a local power output issue. Oh, you got in. That's quick. Oh, nice to meet. Name's Yvonne. You must be Supervisor Prolica. Ooh.
Yes, it's me. Andre told us about you, and I've read many of your papers.
Andre? That old boy still owes me money after he lost the last bet we made. He promised nitrous afterburners for my Iridium EV, and it's been 6 friggin' months! By the way, who's the one behind the mask, Supervisor Perlica?
This is our administrator. We're working as a team to resolve the most pressing issue of Valley 4.
The administrator? Does that mean things are looking ultra bad right now? The stories I heard about you tend to be extremely intense and thrilling, Administrator. Talking about intense and thrilling, how do you cope with all these mutant breaker goons as your neighbors? I'm alright. When I saw these mutant mobs making their way through the back gate, I set up a trap to lock them in this building. The Science Park crew will be in major trouble if I let them leave.
But won't these housemates make you uncomfortable?
Well, I might get a little worried in another place, but the research center is my techno girl cave. I know everything about the building's security features and can control door locks and access from my lab. They'll never get into my bunker of serious science. And since our legendary Endmin is here in person, no enemy shall stand before us. I've just remotely acquired data from the prototype. Essential systems are still intact, but repair work would be extensive and challenging. I've heard about the power plant and ether incident, and they're within the estimates that Andre and I made. The prototype is our only way to turn things around, but you really made a mess of it. To seal the rupture rift, the prototype would first scan and decipher the ether wave signatures emitted. It would then release a pulse similar to the target bandwidth to achieve pseudo-conjugation and halt the ongoing ether reaction. I hope you understand all that, because the prototype is supposed to be a pulse emitter. You forced it to perform a blight load of crazy nonsense.
Were you talking in science? Because that was really hard.
I'll translate that for you. Scanning without properly matching the target bandwidth may result in a chain reaction of, let's just say improper use sets off a super explosion. Do you guys have a death wish or something? Oh, who came up with this stupid idea? If it's the administrator, then... well... I'm glad that the prototype is all right and managed to help you out. I'll get it fixed, but don't do that again, please. Anyway, this lab is too cramped. We must take the prototype to the repair platform at the back gate for the repairs. And since you're here anyway, I'll appreciate it if you'd be nice enough to clean up my unwanted LB housemates. I was almost done calibrating the power output of the replacement parts when you came in. Once I finish this job, we'll head down together.
You sound very organized. But your room looks really different.
Well, the furnishing of my room is a matter of personal taste, and it's different from how I approach my work. Science demands a great deal of care and attention. Professor Crow and I are the only two individuals who know how this works in Valley 4. I've started prepping the repairs while you were down there playing hide and seek with the LBs. A half-retired senior UWST scientist and my mentor. I've spent my recent years working with him and establishing much of the theoretical foundation of our field. He is usually carrying out routine tasks at the UWST power plant. If you kept doing what you did, the prototype would have burned itself out by the time you reached Professor Crow. And that would be the end of us all. You may rest here. Just don't poke around my stuff. We'll head down once you're ready. I'm busy with prep work, so I'm afraid I'll have to keep things short with you. The ether side, including its theoretical principles and practical applications. My research is an insane energy guzzler. The UWST Originium energy projects happen to meet my needs, and we've been rubbing each other's backs for many years. Speaking of which, we had a basic understanding about the ether side during the Age of Terra. After arriving at Talos II, the field got a lot deeper. Many ancient ruins at this place have residual ether energy. The ancient civilization that existed before our arrival probably knew a lot about the ether and made use of it. I've been trying to restore these lost technologies. Learning about the ether side and its surging energies would help us create a future that would be absolutely... Huh? Well, it's pretty short for an intro. I can do this all day if you want the sweet, juicy details. And I'm only doing this because you're the one asking, Endman. I wouldn't even bother if it were someone else. I designed it and also constructed its latest iteration. Its core working principles, however, are based on Professor Crow's theories. Max Crow was the first to propose the counter-pulse principle. When I first arrived at Valley 4, he described to me the UWST ether cell and the decade-long projects that he'd been working on. The UWST used the ether cell for years and never had an accident. But the professor is always worried and privately worked on a backup plan. Yeah, Professor Crow came up with many independent findings and results. His ideas are quite different compared to those held by his peers in the band. Unfortunately, long-term exposure to ether made Professor Crow extremely weak. He did set up multiple protective measures, but they didn't work. I took over some of his research after working together for a while. Old man got too sick to keep working on them, you know? Professor Crow, Andre, and I have always believed that the power plant ether cell poses a serious threat to our safety. So, what you're seeing here is the latest and the most meta build of the Trans-Ether Tranquilizer Automata prototype. Its onboard core chip is furnished with ether tech that Bander eggheads could never dream of. That means it's got what it takes to accommodate a capable smart module. Before I forget, you weren't talking about the name Tata, right? Yeah, fooled around with stuff during my spare time. Old stuff that no one would miss. The site director owes me a few favors. I actually helped out the research center. My defense system proved super effective. See? Great, awesome things are always made by Yvonne. Super serious. I'm ready. Over here. Let's go.
Yvonne, have you been using this room as a storage depot?
Oh, well, yeah. But Supervisor...
Performing diagnostics routine. Performing diagnostics routine. 26. Diagnostics complete.
These LBs were only here for a while. And they've successfully turned this building into a dump. Feeling heavy? That's right!
Handle this. You are in the way.
We've taken out most enemies in the building. I believe we can commence with the repairs.
Field training center.
Chipset, stabilizer, amplification bandwidth. The core chipset has experienced an overload. It's an easy fix, but the job will take time.
And we got ourselves a rare moment of peace and quiet. This journey has been one intense adventure so far.
Ryzen's intel looks legit.
The one leading the goons can talk! Conclusion. Have a taste of it. They're after the prototype. I know. We gotta keep Tata safe. Yeah, hey, keep this pink hair genius safe as well. Doing your planning. Yeah. All you need is a deconstruction. finally done.
Is Tata finally okay?
Yeah, I fixed the chipset, optimized the scanning bandwidth and power output, and set up several redundant safety measures. Subsequent scanning or signal tower connections should not overheat it again. But you should still take proper care of it. TATA prototype may look big, but it's still a fragile little baby.
How are you doing, Tata? Feeling good? Finally! It's not showing the exhausted emote anymore.
Yes. I can't help but feel lucky that we found you at this place, Ivan.
You should feel lucky, because I am the only one who can take care of technical problems like this. Say no more! Stop moving already, and do something about that ether side rupture before it gets any worse.
Of course. Business first. We'll be on our way.
Oi, wait! All that scanning you did probably depleted the prototype's power reserves, but the crew switched off most Originium generators during evacuation. You have to find a way to charge it.
Can't we just restart the generators?
We can, but the LBs made a bloody royal mess of the place. Better not switch these large machines back on without proper diagnostics. And you need a proper crew to keep them running. No, we can't do this right now. You'll actually run into settlements in the old mines along your way. They should have plenty of backup generators to power their mining rigs. They should let you borrow some. It's the safest bet.
Aren't you coming with us?
Oh, I want to, but the Sitch won't let me. The science park is now a dumpster heap, more blighted than a breaker's cranial matter. Now, I can go and make the power plant safe with you, but this place might blow itself up into atoms when I'm not looking. Please try to be safe, and don't break my baby bot again.
Are you in need of assistance?
Supervisor Perlica, what's the situation at your place?
We've successfully reached the mountain path. Tata, the prototype, has received its essential repairs. The armed patrol is also evacuating crew members from the science park to the hub base. Ivan is safe. We're on our way towards the power plant. The Origin load spring is up ahead. Expect danger, team. Entman, we should ensure that the team is fully prepared.
Yeah, we got this saying in Hongshan, you know? Take time honing blades, and you'll save time chopping trees. Being prepped is always the best. Speaking of which, we could actually use a nice little break. Tata looks tired too, if you don't mind me saying.
Beyond my understanding. Pass through this place and you'll reach the family apartments of the UWST crew. We haven't managed to get in touch with the crew. I hope they're all right.
Hello? Hello? Does anyone copy? Administrator!
No more joking around. I'm here to highlight issues with Tata's charging process. You're calling it Tata too? I knew it was a cute and lovely name. Picked it up from you. Anyways, I checked the performance readings. There should also be charging ports at the old mines, but charging would take a while. You will need to spend time on...
The interference just got stronger. We should continue our way to the old mines. I'm syncing everyone with the latest map data. There's a mining mountain trail, and it leads to the old UWST crew live here. The intersection separates the main mining area from the logistics area. The mining area used to be the main source of Originium for the syndicates in Valley 4. The science park, where we just came from, is also supplied by this place. As for the logistics area, that's where the UWST ships out their ore. The freight road was also built here. When the ether cell became operational, Valley 4 steadily reduced its reliance on Originium-based energy. The UWST also demarcated a containment zone between the two areas. The ruins of an incident that took place 20 years ago can also be found within this zone. We should be close to the power plants once we get through the logistics area.
These shards are now fastened to my metal steed.
Tata's getting excited again. Oh, don't push yourself so hard. Your maker mommy just gave you a fix. Of course, Enman. Just look at Tata's cutesy emotes. It's totally unlike our boring... Execute strike command!
You need me. You are in the way.
Rats, cower in fear!
This campsite proves that they've infiltrated this area for quite some time.
I remember some big shot breaker saying something about gray sand and intel. These goons really came prepared. Look! Over there! So many anchors. I thought you'd only see something like this up north. This place has blight all over it. No wonder the interference is so bad.
We must take out these anchors. They pose a threat to the entirety of Valley 4.
Definitely. These anchor things wrecked our homes.
Are you from the UW? This place is dangerous, you know.
I'm here to give you a reminder. Hey, I thought the breaker goons blocked all the nearby roads. How did you get in here?
I'm Supervisor Perlica of Endfield Industries. The hub base is a working partner of this area. Have you heard about us?
Yeah, I know Endfield. Everyone says you're a great partner. Call me Alia. I live close by. Many of the crew's families are staying with us. Most of the LBs went to the science park. I came out here to check if it's safe enough for our people.
No worries. We cleared out every single breaker goon along the way. The path behind us is definitely safe.
You came here because you want to go to the power plant, right? If you really want to go there, I guess you'll have to get through the stump of the great Originium Oak. Ever since the anchors appeared, a strange barrier blocked the way to the stump. That barrier only allows the Angeloid to get through.
Are you hungry, Tata? Oh dear. We really need to get you some juice.
We've got charging posts at our camp at the mines, and it's pretty close to the tree stump. Follow me. This is our home. Ever since the UW arrived at Valley 4, many retired crew members and their families chose to stay here. We used to live in the shade of the great Originium oak. It gave us a rich Originium vein, and it kept this place safe from disasters.
A great oak? But I'm not seeing any oak trees around here.
The great Originium oak used to be a famous landmark of the Lode Spring. The accident created the ruins and left nothing of the great oak except for its stump. You'll see it on your way to the power plant. Joe will take Tata to the charging post, but it might take a while. Would you like a tour of the place while you wait? Sure thing. Follow me.
This area has been severely blighted. The rupture rift may be getting worse. The people might be safe for now, but everyone should get ready to evacuate.
You're back, Alia! How do things look outside?
Everyone got real worried when you went out there scouting for us.
Things are getting a lot safer outside. Our friends from Endfield smashed... This is Surgeon Yue's clinic. We would visit him when we got sick. The place used to be pretty empty, but it's now filled with injured people.
I can imagine. Our medical staff at the hub base also have their hands full. Can your surgeon handle all this work on his own?
Surgeon Yue has been here for years and he hasn't asked for help. He's an experienced medical officer from Hongshan, and his treatments always work. We have faith in him.
Speed of light! Surge of lightning!
This used to be the back door to the research station, but we had to clear the space out for...
These people are in pain.
Blight afflictions. They're very hard to treat.
No one expected the disaster. No one knew how it happened. When the road was destroyed, we decided to band together and wait at this place for rescue teams to arrive. And then the anchors fell from the skies. Hosts of Angeloys surged into our camp. It was so terrifying. They all went to the Great Oak Stump. Something seems to be luring all the Angeloi to that place.
Alia! Oh, my darling, you're back. I've been looking all over the place for you.
Let's slow down a little, Granny Jenner. What happened?
It's Kaya. The baby boy's finally back, but he isn't looking too well. Go and talk to Yue. We don't have time to waste.
What? Kaya? How? I'm heading right over. I'm really sorry, my Endfielder friends.
It's all right. Family should always come first. We'll wait here for you. Administrator, the Originium oak that Alia mentioned actually has something to do with the history of Endfield. The people who live here believe that they are blessed by the many gifts of the oak. And you, Administrator, are the one who planted it. You did. You once traveled all over Talos 2 to solve problems that no one else could fix. The Originium oak used to be one of your solutions. It kept the blight contained and created rich veins of Originium ore for this area. According to records, the first UWST project in this area was only initiated after you planted the Great Oak. The world of Talos 2 used to have plenty of these giant trees, and they seemed to keep the Angeloi away. Many, many years ago, Administrator, you lost much of your memory. Our task is to treat your amnesia as quickly as we can.
Yeah, getting a little worried about Alia.
Maybe we should go and take a look at her situation.
Alia's over there. Let's go and talk to her.
What should we do, Yue? Is there no other way for Kaya?
We are out of options. Our stockpile only has conventional medication, and it's incapable of countering blight sepsis. If you want to save his life,
Kaya! His arm! Oh, my poor boy!
His arm? I understand. I've seen plenty of similar cases.
I'll just describe the patient's condition. Kaya's arm is infected by the blight, and has grown septic. The boy is in great pain. But we lack the medical instruments, nor the operating environment to treat and contain his conditions.
I know. But if we let the blight spread, the boy would suffer immense physical pain and his mind may be turned as well.
That is correct. You seem rather familiar with this condition, Supervisor of Endfield Industries. Blight sepsis isn't your typical disease and involves far more complicated treatment.
Surgeon Yue, what's gonna happen to my arm?
Why are you here, Kaya? Go back and lie down on your bed.
Kaya, does your arm still hurt?
It doesn't hurt no more, but it's gone totally numb, and I can't feel it either. First it was my hand. Then the pain got so bad I was shaking all over. Then my arm started to hurt. Then it spread to my shoulder. But I can't feel anything below my shoulder no more.
I know how it feels. The pain is terrible, isn't it?
I don't care about the pain. I don't want Alia and everyone getting worried about me.
You're a good and brave kid, Kaya. Things will be all right.
Just do what you must and save Kaya, Surgeon.
It will be difficult. I need a firebuckle powder to help stabilize Kaya's vitals during the surgery. Unfortunately, we just ran out of our remaining stock. Yes, but firebuckle bushes only grow in precarious areas. I'm also not an expert with the process of pharmaceutical powderization and would not know how to work with the raw herb itself. Great. Then I'll go and prepare the operating table. We're counting on you. Do you have the firebuckle powder for me? You came just at the right time. My setup is complete. We may proceed with the surgery. The surgery is complete.
Surgeon Yue? How's Kaya doing?
Kaya's doing okay. The operation went well. The boy is sleeping, and he'll need plenty of rest for a while.
Oh, thank goodness. My Kaya is safe. Bless my poor little boy. Thank you. Thank you for saving Kaya.
No, don't thank us. Thank your surgeon. We just picked some flowers, that's all.
You chased the breakers off and saved Kaya's life. You Endfielders are the kindest and gentlest souls I know. Oh, it's obvious that you've been traveling for a while. Feel free to rest your legs at our place.
A resting place will be much appreciated, Granny Jenner. Administrator, Tata isn't fully charged yet. We should go check on it.
Hey! Make a naughty face! Oh, Tata has so many emotes to play with. How many emotes do you have exactly? Can you show us all your emotes?
The two of you seem to be having fun with just a pixel screen. fine. I'm glad you're all having fun.
Tata's charging process is like us having meals, right? Can it taste the flavors of different power sources?
And why are we talking about food all of a sudden? Since you're so interested, we should ask Yvonne when we get the chance.
Hi, people. Kaya's on his way to recovery. How's that big buddy of yours?
We have no problems with Tata's charging process so far. Once it's done, we'll set off and take care of that rupture rift. Our primary goal is to restore peace to Valley 4.
Thank you. Now that the Great Oak is gone, you're the only ones who can bring back the peace.
This Great Oak seems really important to your people.
Yeah. I only saw the whole tree when I was a little girl. When the crown of the Great Oak was full, its branches would give off a golden glow. The other kids and I would play underneath the tree after sunset. At night, the oak glowed brighter than the stars. While the stars shone coldly, the light of the tree was warm and cozy. There's nothing left of the Great Oak, except for a huge pit as its stump. Something else seems to have taken over the place. If the Great Oak were still around, it would have protected us and kept us safe from this disaster. Oh, charging up your robot will need a little more time. Come, follow me. I've got something nice to show you. There's another story about this Great Oak. The Valley 4 is an important hub along the north-south road. However, Angeloid activities made traveling through this place impossible. People tried to chase out the Angeloi every year. Every attempt failed and resulted in numerous casualties. Then, a lone, mysterious hero came to this land, cleansed the valley, and opened the road. Kinda like you, who arrived here and cleared out all the LBs and Angeloi for us.
Wow, the mysterious...
This is it. Granny Jenner is taking care of it. She knows all about the Great Oak, so you can ask her anything about it. I'll keep my eyes on the charging post and give you a holler when your robot is fully charged.
Wow, a baby originium tree. So this is what originium trees look like.
Was this a splinter that came off the Great Oak?
Yes, it used to be just a twig. The explosion destroyed the Great Oak and left many such splinters all over the place. We tried many ways to bring the pieces back to life, but this tiny sapling is the only one that lived.
And you've been looking after it for 20 years.
I have lived a long life and grew up with the tree. I saw how this place changed and grew for the better, all thanks to the gifts of the Great Oak. Caring for this sapling feels like being together with an old friend and living in the good old days. I witnessed the planting of the oak and how it grew to its mighty size.
Does that mean you actually saw the person planting the tree? I thought the UWST only came to this place later on.
We already had a small outpost nearby before our main crew arrived. I worked in that outpost, you know. We had to monitor the pit and the giant Angeloi. The Angeloi made it hard for people to establish permanent settlements in Valley 4. But it was a nice place that can be used to link up with many frontier settlements. We United workers never gave up our dreams of building a base in the valley. And our dreams came true when a hero came to Valley 4. Alia probably told you already. She loves the story where the hero defeated the Angeloi, planted the Great Oak, and told us that the place would be our new home.
And it did become a new settlement. Many people chose to live here instead of the new industrial complex.
Yes, decades of good living and wonderful memories have a habit of tying you down to a place. Some of us felt guilty about that terrible accident. Most people are like me. We want to protect this sapling and nurture it into the great oak.
This tree shall protect you. A day will come when this land becomes your home.
Endman? What's happening to you? Are you all right? You look terrible, Endman. Do you need a rest?
Endman! Your robot is fully charged!
We're heading right over. Administrator, are you really all right? Thank you for sharing so much with us. We must leave now and carry on with our mission.
It's fine, my darling. Talos bless you. Has fate arranged for your return to this place? Oh, you must have taken on a great burden for all of us. Please be safe out there. Thank you for everything.
Alia told me about what happened. You're lifesavers. All of you. Hey, you're taking the stump route to the power plant, right? Some invisible barrier is blocking our way to the stump, and the anchors nearby are really dangerous. Ugh. I don't know how to help you. I wanted to use a crane truck to clean up the barrier, but none of our heavy vehicles or safety gates work anymore. Alia told me that you're true professionals from Endfield. You'll definitely figure something out, so good luck out there.
The shockwave has been blocked. A sapling.
It's Originium.
Did the Endman's Originium arts create this?
We can use these saplings as we continue our path. Let's just park Tata here for now. We should keep it safe from danger until we know what we're getting into. We may have to destroy this anchor first.
Endman, look! I found an Originium branch here as well.
Administrator, does activating these branches make you feel tired? You must be told if you're feeling unwell.
Got it! There's a glowing wall in our way. It's got the same strange color as the sky and looks really dangerous. It's blocking the path to the ruins of the giant tree. What should we do with it?
When we destroy the anchor, this barrier seems to have changed as well.
Yeah, look! There were definitely 3 symbols here, but one of them disappeared. These anchors definitely have something to do with this barrier.
The anchors are slowing our progress to reach the site of the Great Originium Oak. Indeed. We know little of this red glow. Stay vigilant, team. Let's go and take out the remaining anchors.
Endman, the safety gate of the main mining area is working again. You can now move through that gate to reach the second anchor.
This anchor just activated itself! It's starting to glow! Watch out! Speed up light! Turn up light! Oh, the bridge is out. And we've got no power. We can't use the crane car control panel. of it. It scampered off. Maybe we should follow it. This place is so much Originium, it's literally sprouting from the ground. Why would the UWST abandon this place? They could have made serious bank here.
The syndicates have their considerations. The risk of contracting erythropy is much higher in areas with high Originium activity. Demand for Originium also drops in Valley Forge. The existing mines are more than enough to meet the local energy needs.
I'm just glad that the hub base anchor didn't give off shockwaves like these. These wave-emitting anchors would have leveled our entire base. This is such a hassle. Luckily, we have these Originium branches, but how do these Originium branches block the shockwave? Are they any different from the usual Originium ore?
These branches seem to respond to our Administrator. After all, the Great Oak does owe its existence to the Endmen. The other Originium formations we found along the way do not share this property. Perhaps we'll know more once we restore the Endmen's memories.
Look, power is back online. I think we can start using the control panel for the crane car.
Wonderful. Perhaps we can use the storage containers to create a path.
Hey! Are you actually the Endman of Endfield? Power is back online, and I have a feeling that you were the ones who fixed it. Meet me at the intersection. I'm using the crane car to clear out the rest of the obstacles.
The road is clear. Let's go, Endman.
Oh, thank goodness you're all right. I was getting worried about you. The last anchor should be in the logistics area. Go ahead and take a short break. I'll clear the roads for you.
Target locked for extermination! Give me power! Keep the advantage.
We can connect Tata to the signal tower and perform another regional scan like we did before. Once the scan is complete, we'll park Tata at this place.
The logistics area seems
rebuild the entire station and repave the roads. Has been devastated. It shouldn't have happened.
Lightning! Shock of thunder! Burns of lightning!
This is the last anchor. Activating all these Originium branches looks super tiring. Maybe we shouldn't ask too much of our Endmen. Don't push yourself too hard, Administrator. The barrier to the ruins should be gone. Let's head back. Nervous. We're actually gonna see that legendary great oak that all these people have been talking about. Feeling the same thing. Don't know what awaits us at the source of that red glow. Nevertheless, I believe we'll overcome any challenge so long as we have our Administrator by our side. Before we know what's creating the red glow, we should park Tata over here.
Speed of light! Surge of lightning! Shock of thunder!
I didn't expect this. The stump of the great oak turned out to be a huge hollowed area. These Originium formations seem incredibly ordered. There's a sense of bizarre beauty to them. sapling just sprouted from the ground. Indeed. Just like the sapling nurtured by Granny Jenner in the camp. It must have sprouted from the heart of the great oak stump. I believe the tree has answered your call, Administrator.
Does that mean the great oak lives again? This is like the best thing ever! It's gonna make everyone in camp really happy.
A well-deserved victory.
It's over. Everyone all right? Thank goodness you impaled and immobilized it, Administrator. All of these Originium formations and the Great Oak itself are responding to the Endman's command.
That thing we thought. It's probably the Angelos that Alia and her people kept talking about, right?
Maybe. I believe the Landbreakers were making use of this giant Angelos and the Anchors as part of their defenses. That Neferith looked extremely confident in our last encounter. The Angeloi were probably part of her plans.
Scourge of lightning! Yeah! These Originium formations look really natural.
Someone must have excavated this tunnel, but it has been neglected for years. Nearby
we finally reached the end of it. Wow! This place is breathtaking!
According to our earlier reports, these formations were created during that explosion. A mistake that left a wound upon the land. Though the wound never truly healed, it became quite a spectacular view to behold.
I guess fate brought everything together.
There are plenty of examples like that. Even those who stepped through the threshold would never know what the future held for them. Just like you, Endman. You once made a choice here. Perhaps you never thought you would return to this very place after so many years. And under such circumstances as well. So yes, fate has indeed brought everything together. But there were times when I felt that everything was just... Never mind.
Enmin, our intel office has something new for you. The enemy's target isn't the power plant itself. They're actually heading towards the UWST Ether testing site in the same area. The Ether connection gave us an important lead, but we're unsure where the Landbreaker chief is. We also don't know how the LBs manipulated the Ether itself. Just be careful out there, team.
We've arrived. This is the Electrical Power Generation Center of the UWST. It's literally the beating heart that keeps the entirety of Valley 4 running.
And I was looking forward to a breath of fresh air after coming out of that super long tunnel. The skies look really bleak and suffocating. We're getting closer to the place, and the situation just keeps looking worse.
Yes, and we must bring Tata to that place.
Finally! This is the last stretch of walking for today.
We have been delayed multiple times along the way. Every second counts. This is the UWST Originium Power Plant. For many years, it was the symbol of humanity's pioneering efforts in Valley 4. Our objective is the Ether test site, and it's a little further away from us. It's also the source of this disaster.
Look at this mess! Both the power plant and the test site took a real serious beating. Can it still work?
It should. This building is always given regular maintenance. That being said, we need to go, and quickly.
And I was expecting an LB welcoming party.
It is pretty strange. The Landbreakers should have occupied this entire area.
With insignificant technical applications.
What?
You waddled into this fight with quite a few tricks. You struggle in vain. Shotits ladalash, shogolozalash kadai. Nakhu is lichkinashwak. Nak crucitan. Deprived of memories and soul, what could the legendary savior possibly achieve? The Foundation worries too much. I see no savior. You are but an empty husk. Like footprints in the rain, none will remember your passing.
The Endman is awake.
The Endman is no weakling. Just adjust your breathing, and don't get up too fast. Apologies for being late. Neferit's lackeys were more fanatical than I expected. I failed to track her down. Once again, the Bone Crusher Chief chose to leave at a key moment. Her actions gave us time to regroup, but this shouldn't be her way of doing things. Something isn't right.
My head's hurting. Tata? What happened to Tata? What are we gonna do? Tata, are you alright? Can you still move?
Neferith is already heading towards the Ether test site. We don't have time to head back and look for Yvonne. Yvonne mentioned that she worked here for a while. Professor Crow was the one in charge of the lab where she worked. Perhaps we can find experimental modules they left behind.
But I don't think we could do anything with it, even if we had the instruction manual. I hope we can find other professional repair crews or scientists in this place.
While tracking down the Landbreakers, I actually met a few UWST crewmates trying to survive the disaster. Don't worry, I'll know where they are.
Let's organize what we know to get a clearer picture of the situation. It'll help us decide our next move. This map is constructed using UWST blueprints. We're in the Originium power plant. Most of the old machinery would be stored here. This is the Ether test site, source of the Valley 4 disaster, and the final destination of our mission.
Neferit's lackeys are gathering around the Ether test site. We'll be facing the main Bone Crusher force along the way.
We must find a way to fix Tata and stop Neferith.
Found anything after you went your separate way?
I learned more about the size of the Bone Crusher clan, their plans, and command structure. I also found traces of ether energy. Something does not smell right to me. Besides, I also ran into an unexpected ally trying to stop the Bone Crushers on her own. I believe you knew her, Supervisor Perlica.
Another solo operator?
Enfield, do not forget your promise.
She just ran off like that. Who was that person?
She's Lycia. I dealt with her before. And so did the administrator. Lycia is a partner of Endfield, but she is not one of us. She pursues her own agenda. If she showed up here, it means that... We should focus on our current mission. Endman, certain details about Lycia's missions are classified. Once we return to Dijon, I'll immediately assess this incident with the Founder and give you my report. There must be a reason why these landbreakers showed up here.
Who's there? You're Enfielders, right? Whew. I thought we were goners.
There's an emergency, and your help will be crucial. So we have a prototype that Professor Crow designed. We need to get it repaired.
Ah, I know where his workshop is. I'll tell you how to get there.
Thank you. And stay back if the fighting starts. Just leave the enemies to us.
The enemies won't stop coming. Time to clean them out.
Recursive routine. Catch this! Calculated meltdown. More enemies. Watch this.
This looks like Crow's workshop.
Saved at last.
We desperately need to fix this trans-ether tranquilizer automata prototype unit that Professor Crow designed. I hope you can help.
Crow. We haven't seen him for a while. But there's an auto repair platform in this room that might get your thing fixed. We can get it started if you have a qualified repair crew and the necessary materials. We must find Dean and Atis, our two missing technicians. Here's a map of the power plant for your reference. They were last seen in different areas. I'll give you a list of the required parts.
Can you really fix Tata? I mean, the prototype?
Definitely. While you go and find our missing people, I'll think of a way to get it onto the repair platform. Oh, by the way, someone managed to defeat most of the LBs, but the fight also started plenty of fires in the building. Damages to the steam pipes may have created dangerous leaks. They would block your passage through the power plant. This facility has miles of pipelines. The leaking steam would be extremely hazardous.
Pipelines? Thank you for sharing this key intel. I have an idea. Endman, security cameras of the second floor are still working. We can use them to verify pipe damages and leaks. Wolfguard, other landbreakers may still return to this position. I'll need you to stay back and protect these technicians.
Roger.
The LBs have damaged the heat transfer systems within the power plant. The heat transfer pipes run through most areas of the Originium power plant. When the LBs busted into our place, Dean was tuning the facilities in the grinding zone, while Atis was carrying out routine checks at the cooling zone. I'm not sure if they're safe.
The leaking steam has blocked this way. Trace the damaged... There should be a yellow-colored control valve nearby.
Perfectly repaired. Now we can head to the grinding zone and look for our techie.
This must be the grinding zone.
Who's there? Don't be scared. We're here to help.
I was carrying out routine repairs when those LBs... The shouting, fighting noises went on forever. I have no idea what they were up against. They even broke the main heat manifold. I scurried out when they weren't looking.
Landbreakers fighting each other. Perhaps some of them were affected by the blight, just like what happened at the science park. Can you still walk? Come, let's meet up at the workshop. Your abilities should be able to repair these valves, Endman.
Wow, that's incredible! I gotta run to the workshop, and you gotta tell me how you fix that thing after all this is over.
Gathering data.
Itas is the last technician you need to find for the repair center.
Vitalis! Thank you all.
You're safe, but we need your help to fix our TATA prototype.
TA? Is that the trans-ether tranquilizer automata? The prototype built by Professor Crow and Professor Yvonne? Well, sure, but fixing that thing will require an ether nullifying power module. Maybe the module is still in the old man's lab.
This place is still rather dangerous. The administrator and I will look for the repair tools and spare parts. Do you know how to get to Professor Crow's lab?
Oh, his lab. It's not easy to find, and they built it for security and shielding. This building is so wrecked right now, I'm not sure if you can even open the front door. Wait, there's a narrow maintenance corridor that you can use. Leaking steam can be dangerous, though. Oh, look around for valves to stop the leak.
We took care of every LB in the power plant.
I need a breather. I'll return to the workshop shortly.
Look! This must be the lab below us. This looks like a research report on Tata. This is definitely Crow's lab, but this isn't the thing we want. We gotta find the parts for repairing Tata.
I believe this belongs to Yvonne. Only a few people could earn her trust.
Is this it? The words read, Ether Stabilizing Module. I wonder if this fits on Tata. Hope the model number is right. Phew! That should be everything to prepare for Tata's repairs. Let's head back to the workshop. Tata can't wait.
Thank you for saving our crew. We won't delay our side of the bargain. Repair work for this prototype starts now.
I don't know where Crow went. I hope he's all right. Let's get to work. All right, crew. I need more hands here.
Endman, it's obvious you're concerned about Lycia. The only thing I can tell you right now is to trust her and have faith in me. If Lycia's prey has indeed arrived at Valley 4, various factions and powers of this world would start making their own moves. I must tread very lightly. Yes. We've known Lycia, but it was quite a while ago, Endman. Despite her immense powers, she always preferred acting alone. She seems to have a very personal obsession about something. I mentioned that Lycia has her own agenda, and it's shaped wholly by her obsession. She left her sense of justice behind. Endfield was to pick it up and carry things through. And that is the promise we've made. We must stop Neferith. Lycia's gaze is already looking for those behind her. Tata's repair work is almost done. Let's take a look.
Wow, Tata looks great again! I was so worried back then.
Self-diagnostics complete. It's looking fine. Thank you all for your help.
Just doing our part. We can't thank you enough for saving our lives. The prototype's chassis may look rather compromised, but the core components are intact. We also saw quite a bit of internal reinforcements and welding. Whoever was in charge of the previous repair job is truly a master.
Indeed. Yvonne spent quite a bit of time on key repairs. Endman, it's time for us to keep moving. We must do whatever we can to stop Neferith. Team, Neferith has gone to the Ether test site with her most elite bone crushers. Be prepared, and expect hard battles ahead of us. Wolfguard, you said you recon the nearby areas. Will the UWST crew be safe here?
Almost all the remaining enemies are ahead of us. Lycia and I thoroughly cleaned up the place. They'll not harass us from the rear.
And I say it's time to wipe the gloom off our faces. Time to advance!
Administrator, look at the skies. Time is not on our side.
Those clouds are incredibly dark. The weather has grown a lot worse since we first entered the building.
All right, Tata. You should be excited. You're the key to ending this crisis.
I would prefer sunnier days. Enfielders, it's time to bring back the sunshine. We're almost there. Are you in need of assistance?
Recursive routine.
Neferith promised us a future that you wouldn't dare to imagine. Cowards! You abandoned us, left us to our fates, but you won't stop us! Bone crushers! With me!
We'll be facing Neferith soon, Endman. I don't know what her plans are, but we finally caught up to her. It's only been a short while since your awakening, Administrator. Neferith is obviously way more powerful than the Landbreakers we knew. Perhaps our operation has not been planned well enough. Perhaps she's hiding a great conspiracy. This entire thing might be a trap. Just like what happened 10 years ago. Yes, you're right. Endfield once overcame tribulations far more terrible than this. Endfielders, today, we shall fight alongside our Administrator. Make your final preparations. We shall restore peace to Valley 4. The time has come to reveal the truth. Are you ready, Endman?
I wonder why they're so afraid of you. Suckling. Disappointing wretches.
Tata? Tata! Neferith and Tata, they both disappeared.
Our protosync received a notification that it's been terminated. It sacrificed itself and saved us.
I know what it did. I saw Tata's last emote. Tata wouldn't have to do this if I were stronger.
It's all right, Chen. None of this was your fault. We'll have to ask Andre and Ivan. But it's not going to be easy telling them what happened to Tata.
I'm sorry, Perlica. I got carried away. In any case, Tata helped us win the fight, right?
Ether energy readings are falling rapidly. They should return to background levels soon enough. Yes. We have successfully averted the crisis for the time being. Something doesn't feel right.
What is it?
I'm seeing something else besides standard ether energy count. There are unusual outlier pulses with no discernible patterns. I lack the means to decipher these outliers right now. That portal Neferith opened in the final moment is way beyond what we can achieve with Originium arts. There are just so many questions left unanswered. We should get back to the hub base ASAP and share what we found with Director Chin and our UWST allies. Comms are back online.
I'm getting a gazillion messages. How much did we miss? Are we taking the cable car? Almost thought we had to run all the way back.
The cable car was the usual mode of transport between the hub and the power plant. Now that the cable car is working again, it's a sign that peace has finally returned. Valley 4 is healing. According to Director Chin's coordinates, our objective should be over there. Look, it's over there. Thank you, Endman. But I'm all right. Chen had it worse. She was the one who held up Neferith.
I'm alright too. I just wish I did better. But maybe Perlica's right. We already did our best.
We should head back to base quickly. Everyone's definitely waiting for us.
You really pulled it off. Thank you so much, Enmin. Once again, you've saved Valley 4. Get some rest at the worker dorms. Andre and I will take care of the rest.
Oh, Enmin and Supervisor Perlica, if you have the time, please come find me on the first floor of the control tower.
Ah, Enmin, you're here.
Director Chin, the hub base looks busy again.
Of course. The worst crisis is now behind us. But there's a great deal of cleanup work that we need to sort out with our friends at the UWST.
Enmin and Supervisor Perlica, I read all the reports and communication logs before you arrived. Talk to me if you have any questions or concerns.
That is also my most pressing concern. We should restore our Enderman's memories ASAP. We asked the syndicates to charge the sarcophagus, but we did not find it at the Ether test site.
Understood. Recovering the sarcophagus remains our top priority. From what we know, the sarcophagus should be safe and sound. Gilberta has sealed it away at a secure place with her Originium arts.
Sounds great. But I guess you're gonna tell us the bad news?
I checked the coordinates she gave me, and they're in the most blighted area of the Ether test site.
No, that's...
Director Chin, can you sync those coordinates with us and Fiona?
Of course.
Director Chin is right. The location marked by those coordinates is extremely blighted.
But we lost Tata. I don't think we can deal with the blight.
Tata? Are we talking about the prototype?
Yeah. Tata's... the nickname we gave it.
Tata fired its pulse at the crucial moment, but it then disappeared along with the ether cell. We need to talk to Andre and Ivan to gather actual operational data of the prototype. They need to be informed of this outcome as well. The feasibility of building another prototype must be discussed. An effective blight neutralization device is essential if we wish to recover the sarcophagus.
All right. I now have a good idea about our situation. When the rupture rift dissipated, I tried calling Yvonne, but she didn't respond. And Andre's busy drawing up regional rebuilding plans for the UWST. I don't think they're free to take on other tasks right now. Enmin, Supervisor Perlica, you should get some rest. I'll tell Andre and Yvonne of our pressing concern. We'll talk about building another prototype or other blight countermeasures when they're less occupied.
Fine. I guess we don't have a better solution. Perhaps we should rest, Endman, and wait for Director Chin to contact us. Endman. I found a decent place, right? No. I'm feeling better. We overcame a major crisis. Our actions protected everyone in Valley 4. When I stand here and gaze upon the hub base as well as the power plant on the horizon, I can't help but feel a little emotional thinking about that battle we fought. No, to be honest with you, I'm actually a little disappointed. If it weren't for Tata, victory would not be ours, and we still have yet to secure the sarcophagus. But I will no longer lose heart, or let the fear of defeat overtake me. Having fought this battle alongside you and with the help of our friends, I finally learned my lesson. I was being immature when I forced myself to tackle the problem alone. True leaders cannot rely solely on themselves to guide their people through hardship. They must learn to trust and support their friends. Thank you, Endman. There are a lot of things I must learn from you. Our journey has just begun. We may face numerous difficulties and challenges, and Endfield must rise to meet them. Endman, this peace might not last. But for now, let's just gaze upon this vast land and envision a brighter future for all of us.
Endman, I got awesome news from Andre. Yvonne told him that she found a way to build Tata again.
Yvonne's abilities are truly astounding. She came up with a solution so quickly.
Someone super smart like her is definitely going to make it work. Let's go talk to her already.
Okay. Remember the place where we repaired Tata at the Originium Science Park? We're meeting over there.
Endman, you're finally here! Now that our entire gang has arrived, we should go and talk to Yvonne right away!
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'll have to sync my data with our Endman.
Okay.
Endman, I told Yvonne that we'll need a device like Tata to neutralize the blight and retrieve the sarcophagus. She told me that she would, quote, make an unprecedented effort to create a similar device with a significant fraction of the original's features, unquote. We might not get a perfect copy of Tata. Indeed, during our communication, she sounded quite exhausted. Perhaps she hasn't slept properly for days. Meanwhile, Mr. Andre can't remove himself from his hub-base rebuilding project. However, making another prototype got him quite excited. And he gave us something.
Gave us something? Ooh. I hope it's something useful?
It is. While assembling the prototype, he kept a backup testing log with plenty of data. Definitely. He also said the prototype is the magnum opus of numerous scientists. It is the proof of their contributions towards Valley 4.
Well said. I don't care how impossible this might be, but I'm gonna do everything I can to help Yvonne build a new Tata.
If you're ready, Endman, we can start right away.
Isn't this the place where we connected Tata to the signal tower? We also did some serious power scanning here. Tata revealed every core of the local blight.
And then it overloaded. We should have paid attention to Tata's response. It was trying to warn us of our misoperation.
Yeah, we should have paid closer attention to Tata's beeps and dupes. I only realized we messed up when the casing literally melted before my eyes.
We never really knew Tata. Despite our lack of understanding, we demanded it to perform the most impossible of tasks. I found an interesting record from the Signal Tower databank.
it's an image. Hey, that's us resting while Tata is getting charged.
Perhaps Tata regarded itself as a member of our team. Back then, it was a rare occasion when we could take a break. Tata treated it as a memorable moment and saved a picture of us at the signal tower.
Good job, everyone. Found the signal tower data yet?
I'm sending you both the testing log we received from Andre and the signal tower databank.
I heard ya. Let me run a data safety scan before importing them. Let's roll. Yes! Success! And I also added some brand new designs that I never tested before. I skipped a few verification steps and the final packaging process just to be on the safe side. You can treat this as an ad hoc and improvised test component. I will now load this onto your protosyncs.
So that's how it is. You miniaturize Tata's scanning feature into a micro-scale component. This can then be installed on our protosync.
Tata isn't chonky anymore. It's so small.
Because I applied a new game-changing idea. Power from the protocol Originium and the protosync's amplifier will replicate the Blight scanning feature nicely. I also optimized the power conduction process and eliminated the overly bloated redundancy. The upgrade can easily reveal the cores of Blight patches about 50 to several hundred square meters in size. And I only spent a few days on this thing. We have successfully recreated the core feature and fitted it to your protosync. Worked out better than I expected. Now, onto the more important stuff. This is just a test component, so I'll need you to run a few tests before you start spamming the feature on an actual Blight patch. There's a low-power simulation device underneath the research center. We'll need it to perform our test run. Follow me. This special facility can simulate Blight wavelengths to quickly create glops of Blight. Try to be careful. I know I said simulate, but Blight glops have a habit of giving us nasty surprises. So, I kept the simulator here for safety considerations. I never knew I would be activating it today. I've done all the necessary checks. Once I switch the simulator on, you'll activate the test component's scanning feature. Let's see if you can find the Blight core. Just stay in the containment zone and you'll be safe. See, I'm here, so there is no reason to get paranoid.
Success. The scan has revealed the Blight core.
Awesome!
One thing off my list. Let's head back to my lab for the next step. Test component feature V and V complete. Leave the packaging to me. I'll also refer to usage logs and regularly release improved and stable builds for you.
Very nice. Speaking of which, why isn't Tata feeling anything?
It's not meant to feel anything. I built it to handle Blight phenomenon, and that's that.
Professor Yvonne, Tata's core function is working, but Chen was asking about its smart module. We'll need both to have a complete build of Tata.
Smart module? I made the prototype's main chips and the external wavelength emission module. And Andre was commissioned to furnish it with a protective casing and a mobility assembly. Yeah, we did think about the smart module, but we never actually installed one on the prototype.
Oh, it's got nothing to do with smart modules. I was talking about the special thingy that lets Tata display cute emotes.
Ah, the emote plugin. That's just a cosmetic feature with simple codes. The core function of the tool should work perfectly without it.
Tool? Do you just treat them as tools?
What? Hey, don't treat me like I'm some kind of heartless egghead with zero feelings. I confess that I do occasionally deploy my gadgets and drones as weaponry, but I am emotionally connected to each and every one of them. And according to my original design, the prototype was scripted to display a random emote after executing a command. It was designed to act cute and liven up the blightery it was designed to handle. Come to think of it, maybe I shouldn't blame you for wanting a cosmetic feature. Tata was designed to be cute. Very well then. Once I find the time, I'll upload the plugin for you.
But Tata's emotes aren't just a bunch of code. Tata was being dead serious and responding to what we were saying.
Yvonne, I always thought you installed a special smart module on Tata because it was actively giving context-based feedback and expressing its emotions. This was also why we treated Tata as an integral member of our team.
Expressing its emotions? But those emotes were only expressed when it executed a command. You must be... Hold on. Were you saying that the prototype actively displayed emotes when you talked to it? Even when it wasn't performing any scans?
That's right! We saw tons of emotes when we started up Tata, defeated the LBs, connected to the signal tower, and got Tata repaired. Tata was emoting us all the time.
When did you start seeing the emotes?
I believe Tata was displaying its emotes right from the beginning.
Are you sure? All right. Let's all take a deep breath. Okay. Now, I'm being dead serious here, and this is not a joke. Endmin, I got a question for you. But spend some time on it, and answer it as accurately as you can. While being accompanied by the prototype, did you feel that the prototype was sentient?
Thank you for listening to my thoughts, Endmin. I believe Tata's emotes were not cosmetic results of simple scripting. To us, Tata isn't just a scanning unit. It means so much more than that. Perhaps Tata was sentient all along.
What do you think, Enmin? I never figured out the hard sciences or advanced tech, and I don't intend to do so. Back in Hongshan, my Qianqi instructor taught me that the blade mirrors the heart. Every slash and thrust would reflect our emotions. I'm not as skilled as my instructor, but I'm still pretty good at reading someone's mood from the way they swing a weapon. Some principles are universal. I could really connect with Tata's feelings when I saw its emotes. That means it's definitely got a mind of its own.
Figured it out? Tell me what you think. Really? You believe that Tata was sentient? If that were the case, does that mean that Tata, chose to sacrifice itself to protect you? I need time to figure this out. Time. I need time. Maker Mommy's got a ton of questions for you, Tata. Text-to-speech module. Oh, yes! Mommy's gonna slap a proper TTS on you. My baby bot's gotta have the cutest voice ever. Mommy's gonna bring Tata back.
Stop up! Hi, Endmin! Gilberta here. I heard that you found a new way for cleaning up the blight. I've just fully recovered. I'm heading out to join the team. We can then fetch the sarcophagus together.
Endmin! Supervisor Prolica! Operator Chen! So nice to see you all.
Hi, Gilberta. We rushed over here right after your call.
How's it going, babe? You healed up quick and nicely.
I've been doing my best to get better after returning to Endfield. I never had a real chance for a proper self-intro. If it weren't for you, Endfield would be facing a very different situation now.
We have to look out for each other, Gilberta. Now that you're better, we need to verify what happened to you after the power plant explosion, as well as the conditions of the sarcophagus and its location.
I was trying to prevent the falling anchors from hitting the sarcophagus, so I hid it in this area with my Arichnium arts. This place used to be rather safe, but the cable car went down and comms went out. I wandered around the place to protect it and look for a way to call you. And then, a huge mob of landbreakers showed up and a huge explosion wrecked the entire power plant. This entire place quickly turned into a blight zone. I knew that I had zero chance of escaping the place with the sarcophagus in tow, so I laid down a special gravity field around it and sent it somewhere really high, so it won't be affected by the blight or get vandalized by the breakers. And then I did my best to avoid them and tried to make my way back to the hub base for support. Oh yeah, that didn't go too well. I had to fight off a few pesky raiders and ended up with some scratches on me.
Must have been hard. Thank you for what you've done for the sarcophagus and our Endmen.
You're most welcome. Now, if everyone's ready, let's get started on recovering the sarcophagus. This place has really changed. A lot. I can't really remember where I floated the sarcophagus. That looks like where I unleashed some serious arts. Yeah, this has gotta be the way.
Careful, Endman. We have a large mass of blight up ahead. Let's perform a scan by using the proto-sync at this location. Blight elimination success. I'm still picking up plenty of abnormal readings in the surrounding residues. The path ahead won't be easy, Endman. Stay close.
Whoa! These floating rocks aren't stable at all. But I don't think they'll be dropping to the ground anytime soon.
What? Careful, Chen. You're moving too fast.
Whoa! No one told me that these rocks can break!
Gilberta, are you all right?
I'm all right, Perlica. Maybe the wound didn't fully heal. And I'm a little short on breath. Sorry about making you worried. I'm all right. It's nothing serious, really. And I've been lying on a bed for 2 days and really need some exercise. I'm a messenger, and I've been commissioned to deliver a fully charged sarcophagus to the Endmen. I've made enough trouble for everyone involved, so there's no way I'm giving up right now. I'm definitely leading you to the delivery. Is right there!
Incredible. I didn't expect to see a strange sight like this. No, it's more than strange. It feels like something that I can't really describe. the sarcophagus is not damaged. But it is surrounded by multiple forces, repelling, interfering, intersecting, and colliding with one another.
It's the Blight. The sarcophagus has been here for too long, and the Blight is always trying to disrupt my gravity field.
Not just the Blight. I sense another mysterious force. Do you see it? It's keeping the Blight energies at bay. Perhaps the fully charged sarcophagus is emitting this strange energy. In any case, we really have Gilberta's Originium arts to thank. The sarcophagus is intact. We can proceed with its recovery.
You're so kind, Perlica. I never expected my arts to last this long.
Recovery? Perlica, how are we supposed to carry this huge bed of stone all the way back to base? We'll need every shoulder we have. Enmin?
That won't be necessary. We'll initiate teleprotocol right here. Let's beam everyone back to Dijon, along with the sarcophagus.
Here? Are you sure we can do this? This isn't a TP point, you know?
I've made my preparations ahead of time. To establish a successful TP link with Dijon, we must place these beacons around the sarcophagus. Endman, let's find suitable places for the triangulating beacons. Good job, everyone. All 3 beacons have been deployed. We'll initiate teleprotocol at once and return to Dijon.
Oh, sorry, Perlica. I need to say something. Before I came here, I actually picked up a lot of delivery work at the hub base. I got Enfield, UWST, and even Nomad packages to deliver. Can I take care of them before heading back to Dijon?
Of course, Gilberta. You're free to arrange your time as you see fit. Dijon is home to every Endfield operator. Just call me or Fiona when you feel like coming back.
Perlica, Enmin, you can go first. I gotta stay. Kinda need to head back to the hub base with Gilberta. I've been watching you, Gil. Your wounds are hurting, and there's no way I'm letting you head back on your own.
The Endman and I will feel much safer if Chen escorts you back, Gilberta.
Oh dear. I guess Chen saw right through me. You're being too kind, people. I just gotta see my delivery through, you know? Enmin, I guess this is farewell for now.
Fiona, verify target coordinates and techno-protocol synchronization.
Roger. This will take a while. Coordinates confirmed. Depth -1. Beacon coordinate synchronization success.
Initiate techno-protocol. Teleprotocol success. Fiona, don't forget to monitor residual energy waves after the TP transfer.
Roger that, ma'am. Readings are looking normal. Time for a much-needed break, people.
That's good to hear. Endman, Dijon has successfully recovered the sarcophagus. The next step is to get you inside it and restore your memories. I will contact the engineering division for pre-operation checks and preparations. You can go and rest right now. Talk to me once you're ready. Endman, we finished testing and tuning the equipment. We shall proceed once you're mentally prepared. You're awake, Endman. How are you feeling, Endman? Did you recover your memories? What? But the engineering division and I have verified every function of the sarcophagus. Its memory restoration feature should be running perfectly. Maybe the Endman's amnesia is caused by something else? I'm convening a meeting with other divisional leads to get to the bottom of your lost memories, Endman. Too many things are going on. I might have to do a bit of traveling again. Go and rest. If you need to talk to me, you know where to find me.
I've said it before. The Mark II model has error-proof and variable-tolerant designs. Reactivating the sarcophagus won't change anything. The sarcophagus has nothing to do with her amnesia. I believe it has more to do with her conditions when she last entered it. She must find a way to help herself.
But my Endman's recovered none of his memories, and you know it. You can't force a drowning person to swim on their own. Give me a sensible alternative.
Take a deep breath, Perlica. She's doing way better than drowning in this mess. Perhaps she was splashing around a bit just to avoid the dark currents. Just think about the Endman you knew. The girl's literally a queen at navigating dangerous waters, not some helpless quitter flopping about like a fool. Ah, Tertius! You came at just the right time.
Administrator.
I believe you overheard our little convo. Got a reminder for you. I have a feeling you saw this coming and prepared a foolproof contingency plan. This plan must have clues that only you could decipher. We just need to find those clues and the cipher.
Sorry about my outburst, M3. And thank you for reminding us.
Well, there are things that shouldn't be rushed. I'm taking a break. Bye-byes.
Endman, can you remember the last time we were on this bridge together? Sorry. I shouldn't have been so upset. Perhaps I have been pushing things a little too hard. Okay. And I wasn't a supervisor back then. I was just a little girl who hardly knew better. I didn't know what Endfield stood for. I knew nothing about our vision or goals. Much of the world I lived upon was a mystery to me. You'd accompany me on this bridge, our usual place. You would point out different areas of the land and give me geography lessons. The clusters of light in the south are the city-states of the Civilization Band. The Talos II General Chamber of Commerce, or TGCC, armed with their lauded corporate practice and strategy, has created this unbreakable financial empire. The string of strongholds along the expressways mark the expansions of the United Workers' Syndicates of Talos II. The UWST would create massive stockpiles of resources from their mining operations. Syndicate scientists are always at work, developing new technologies and weapons. And beyond that frigid mist, far into the furthest horizon that our eyes could reach, stands the Order of Steel Oath. The Knights have raised mighty frontier fortresses to defend against the eternal threat that lurks in the north. Endman, I'm now the supervisor of Endfield Industries, with very real and pressing responsibilities. Yet I could barely reach a fraction of what you once accomplished. I'm curious how you felt and what you thought every time we awakened you in times of crisis.
Were you disappointed in our failures and weaknesses? Would you blame us for being so immature and ignorant of our past?
But I know that I'm never disappointed, and I'll never blame my people. And since I've been awakened on so many occasions, and defeated every crisis, then I definitely have a very good understanding of my duty and the things I can achieve. And facing the crisis with my Enfielders and helping the people of this world happens to be my duty.
And thus we follow and press onward, led by our beacon in the long night. Thank you, Endmin. Like always, you pointed the way and led me out of uncertainty. Before I forget, I couldn't find the time to properly thank you. The recovery of the sarcophagus was supposed to be my mission. But fortunately, you insisted on coming with me. Because I would never have saved Valley 4 without your help. Thank you for everything you've done for the hub base, the UWST, and everyone who lives in Valley 4. We will face more dangers and challenges. But you are the administrator. The one who led Endfield against every adversity and triumphed. With you at our helm, we shall push into the final destination that unites us all as one.